Welcome back to LonelyMan BGs in this video series on how to play Mage Knight. In this video, we'll be talking about mana. There are 4 types of basic mana. Red represents fire, rage, and destruction. Blue represents water, frost, and crystals. Green represents earth, protection, and healing. White represents wind, speed, and mind. Mana can exist in 2 forms. The first is its unstable form, which is pure energy. The second is its crystallized form, which is stable and stored as crystals. There are also 2 special mana colors. These exist only in an unstable form and can never be crystallized or stored. The first is gold mana, which is the energy of the sun. This mana type may only be used during the day, but it can be used as a mana of any color, making it the wild mana. The second special mana type is black, which is the energy of darkness and may only be used at night. Black mana has no power unto itself, but instead works by amplifying basic mana colors, which allow the most powerful spells to be cast by the user. At the beginning of the game, all mana tokens are used to create a bank in an accessible area on the table. These tokens always represent pure mana, unless the token is placed in a player's inventory, or instead, it is in a crystalline form. If a card or other effect grants a player a mana token, it is placed in front of the player in the player's area. This mana may be used at any time during the turn, but if not used, dissipates at the end of the turn. Some cards will cause a player to gain a crystal, so a mana token is taken from the bank and placed into the player's inventory. Crystals may be used at any time during a player's turn by removing the needed crystal from the inventory. Some cards specifically allow players to turn mana tokens into crystals. High concentrations of crystals become unstable, so a player is only allowed to have up to 3 crystals of the same color in the inventory at the same time. If a player is at the max storage level, any further crystals of that color gained are considered mana and placed in the player's play area. As such, a player's inventory may never exceed 12 crystals, or 3 of each basic color. The game also includes mana dice. Each mana die has 6 sides, and each side shows one of the 6 colors of mana. When setting up, the game is played with as many dice as there are players, plus 2. They are rolled, then placed in the open area on the day/night board. This area is called the source. At the beginning of every round, the source is re-rolled. At least half of the mana dice should show a basic color. If not, the players will keep re-rolling any black or gold dice until this condition is met. Any unused mana dice may be placed to the side and used whenever a card tells a player to roll a die. The dice in the source represent a common pool of mana of which each hero may draw from during the turn. Each turn, a player may use a single mana die from the source as a mana of the corresponding color. If the player uses a mana die during the turn, that die is re-rolled and returned to the source at the end of the turn. Some card effects may allow players to use more than 1 die from the source on a given turn. Black mana may not be used during the day. If a mana die is rolled and comes up black throughout play, no one may use it and it cannot be re-rolled. This mana die is now depleted and placed into the darker area on the source. As a consequence of this, at the end of the day round, there can be very few or possibly 0 mana dice left to use in the source. Once the round is over, night will begin and all mana dice are re-rolled. Once it is nighttime, any gold mana rolled may not be used, are set aside, and are considered depleted. And this concludes our video on mana. If you have any questions, leave them below. Otherwise, be sure to like and subscribe for future content. Thanks for watching this series on Mage Knight.